Hey guys, what's going on? It's John and Ken. Another episode of our Speakeasy podcast. Welcome. Welcome to the Speakeasy, people.
Welcome.
John, don't knock anything over.
The Speakeasy.
The Speakeasy. Here we are, guys. Today, we are doing something fun. I think John really, really likes when we have these good times on.
I do.
It's like
Good
it's good time. Yeah. So because it's always something fun. It's always something. Nothing wrong with what we normally have. Our typical regular bourbon.
It's got a little bit of flavor.
Yeah, so this one I had got from
Bob's Big Boy kid.
It is. I got it from my bourbon group that I'm a part of, and they do these picks. And this is actually a combination of three groups, bourbon groups, on Facebook, and they all come together. They're obviously some kind of friends of some sort, and each one of these groups has oodles of members. And they will put out a barrel pick that they have done or whatever. And sometimes they have an allotted amount. Say it's like 60 bottles, and whoever says they're in the first 10 minutes will get a bottle. Whenever they say it, sometimes I'm interested, sometimes I'm not. And if it seems cool enough, I'll set my alarm for the time that they're going to be releasing. And I'm like, all right, alarm's on. If you're ever interested, I can always hook you up, Johnny. But into the group, but it's pretty easy, painless process. They usually ship within a couple weeks, sometimes longer.
The Cacao, it's affordable.
Depends. Some things more than others. Yeah,
Right.
Some things are pretty damn good. But this is a good times. This is a good old times because it is coming in I'm assuming a little bit older. It is a limited rare release, and it's called Chocolate Cream Pie. Non-chill filter, barrel strength, single barrel, straight bourbon whiskey, finished in cacao.
Cacao.
And Mexican vanilla casks and Brazilian Amburana casks.
Hell to the yeah.
Yeah. And it is an 8.5. So I guess that's pretty old. So hence the name Good Old Times.
8.5% beer.
8.5 years.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes. Because our percent is 56 on the ABV, which coming in at 112 proof. But it's interesting. John and I both have a love for our Amburana.
Oh yeah.
So it's always cool to try some of these ones out. And especially when it's finished in those barrels, it is pretty damn interesting.
And add chocolate to the mix. Ooh.
The cacao, and yeah. And like John said, they have the what is he, Johnny? Bob's
Big Boy. Remember back on like the day and the turnpike and the turnpike and the Parkway would have like Bob's Big Boy. The rest stop. You remember that?
Well, I guess they're trying to recreate Bob's chocolate cream pie. This is the front of the bottle. For the remainder of the episode, I will switch this around and show you guys what we're seeing on this end.
Bob's Big Boy.
Bob's Big Boy. Johnny, nose, what are you getting?
Oh, the chocolate strong.
Chocolate.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely chocolate all the way. Chocolate.
Dude, it smells like a chocolate cream pie.
It does. And hence the reason, I guess, it's called chocolate cream pie.
Yeah. I mean, one of my favorite pies.
And Johnny, there's nothing. What do you got there? Oh, God. Don't play that too long. We'll get in trouble.
Come on. With Jimmy J.J. Walker?
J.J. Walker. So.
Oh, this smells good, man.
It does smell delightful.
Yeah, this is crazy.
So John and I are big sticklers when it comes to certain things where we say, if you say it's going to taste like this, it better taste like this.
Yeah. I always said, even with beer on Untapped, if it tastes like you describe it, you're getting a couple extra points.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well,
cheers, man.
Cheers. I mean,
I'm getting more just chocolate right now on the nose.
Oh, come on, dude. That's fantastic.
It's chocolate cream pie. So they hit the nail on the head with chocolate cream pie.
Yeah. Can I say one thing, though?
You can.
As much, all right, as I really, really like it, it tastes really good. It smells good. It tastes good. I don't want to drink that all night, though.
You think it's too sweet or something, or no?
Not that it's too sweet, but that I feel like that flavor
Yeah.
you can get sick of real quick.
You can say that about Amburana too, though, man.
Yeah.
But I can drink
Yeah.
Amburana for quite. Here's my thing. If I start a night with an Amburana finished bourbon, I almost need to keep drinking it. I can't switch it.
But the same, or you're switching your Amburana?
Typically, it needs to be the same.
The same?
Typically, because that's just because I can't. But if I start with a bourbon and switch to Amburana, that's a different story. I can do that.
Got you. This is more than Amburana, though. This is sweet. This is sweet. This is candy in a
Dude,
glass.
there's no added like sugar, bro. It's
I
not
know.
like it's
I don't understand.
just flavors, bro. It's just the barrels that they're putting them in.
I 100% get it.
They're not taking a bag of sugar and adding anything to it.
I know, but it's crazy, right? How
Yeah.
they can duplicate that taste,
Yeah.
right? Like a good beer, right? Like a beer that say is jelly donut beer. They have 50 dozen jelly donuts from the place around the
Exactly,
block, and they
and
throw them in the beer
And the
they blah, blah,
lactose
blah.
and all
right.
that stuff. Yeah.
They're not doing that with this.
No.
But they replicated the taste.
Yes. They
It's freaking
okay.
amazing.
As far as replicating chocolate cream pie. So the first time I tried this, I said, I'm not getting Amburana. I'm not getting some of the notes. But then when I look at it, and I didn't look at it this way until right now, the name of it is chocolate cream pie. They didn't say I should be tasting this or should be tasting that.
Let me ask you a question. How do they get to that point, though? What are they doing that it gets to that point that it tastes like chocolate?
Okay, so basically, if you want it to be more chocolatey, maybe they have it sitting in the cacao barrels for longer.
Okay.
And then maybe the Amburana for just to get a hint of that cinnamon kind of graham crackery kind of crust, maybe. They will only have it, say, maybe a week in the Amburana and maybe whatever amount of months in the chocolate and whatever amount of months in the vanilla. So that's how I think they do it.
When you said it's got hints of cacao, they're using cacao? What? I mean,
Well, they put it in a barrel that I guess
the
was
fuck's a cacao barrel? You know what I
stored
mean?
in cacao.
So the cacao is stored in a barrel, and that's the barrel
Yeah,
they're
it says
using?
cacao nib casks. Yeah, so they must have had something with cacao in it.
All right. So they threw a shitload of cacao in a barrel, and then they emptied the cacao, and they put the bourbon in it, and they stored it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that makes more sense. Okay.
Yes, it must have had.
But they're not throwing cacao in the batch
they
with the shit.
probably had it, like I said, in the cacao for a lot longer.
Got you. Got you.
Yes. Why is that word so fucking funny,
Yeah, I
bro?
don't know. I don't know.
The cacao.
Cacao.
But as far as chocolate cream pies, you guys have nailed it. Fantastic.
I'll tell you, man. Good times. I can't speak for the price, whether it's a high end, a low end.
Yeah.
If it's a, I don't want to say the laughing stock of. I don't know. They come out with some different stuff, and you have a good collection of good times.
I tend to
they
get these picks.
freaking taste like
Yeah.
they describe.
Yes.
They're on point with every single thing they put out.
Yes. What I had.
I love good times.
Dude, I got a bunch of like ones that still aren't cracked yet, man. Like this one's just apple
His
pie.
whole shelf underneath his legs there are
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah, it's got the State Puff marshmallow.
Well, you know what? Let's save that for another week or two.
Yeah.
Because the new Ghostbusters movie is coming out in the next couple weeks.
And that's a good old apple pie one.
Hell yeah.
And we've had the Neapolitan, which you know.
That was very good.
Yeah, that was good. And it hit all the notes. And we always said that.
It did.
Always hits the
strawberry,
notes.
the chocolate. That's what I don't get is how a bourbon can hit those notes like that without adding the additives to make it taste like
Tony. Toasted cinnamon honey. We've had this on the show.
Wong.
I'm playing like music with my hand. So were you before. Fantastic job. Good old times.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good
Very
old
good.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I said I everything Good Times puts out, and we follow them on Instagram.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, they're very cool.
Good stuff.
They put out good stuff. Their stuff tastes like they say. And
Yeah.
I like Good Times, man.
Stuff. Great work. Great work. And remember, I had mentioned it was actually I don't think anymore. It was being bottled at the old Whiskey Thief.
Yes, the old whiskey.
So when I had mentioned it while we were at Whiskey Thief, she said it used to be bottled here.
Was it bottled or stored or
something of the sort? Yeah. So, but they're I think they were
got
at
their
it.
own spot now.
Or the Indiana or something like that.
And I believe
Indiana, it's still in Indiana.
right
yeah.
over the bridge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
Sweet.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's right. It's right there.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I threw my gum to Indiana.
Yeah.
We were walking by and I threw it over the bridge.
Yeah. In other news, I was like, you ever do you do you use Reels at all? Do you go to do you watch the Reels?
Reels come up, yeah.
Because we post them ourselves
Sure.
and stuff. It's very TikTok-y, I guess you
Yeah.
could say.
You know what comes up on my Reels a lot, and I don't understand why, because I don't look it up.
All right.
Breastfeeding.
You must have looked up something that had to do with breasts.
But
That's why it keeps popping up.
But I don't. I mean, I don't want to say it grosses me out because it's normal, natural stuff.
You looked at something.
But
or
breastfeeding is
when you
always coming
saw it-
up on my feeds.
When you saw it, you stopped to look at it for more than 2 seconds.
Is that what
That's
it
why
is?
it keeps coming up. Yeah.
But I'm not into it though.
No, you are because you looked at it for more than 2 seconds.
You are.
Yes. It's yeah.
I freak out every time I open up like Facebook and then a reel comes up. I'm like, I'm at work. I'm like, fuck, I'm fucking.
So
I'm
like
breastfeeding.
if I'm on Facebook and I'm scrolling and I see sometimes they have like these ads for clothing or something.
Right.
If you stop for more than 2 seconds or you scroll backwards to relook at it,
That's
it
it.
knows.
You're done?
It knows. It knows.
That's insane.
You have to keep scrolling and pretend you didn't care.
That's insane.
And try to look at it real quick. I will never ever click on the ad either.
No, I don't
if
do
I
that.
like something,
Yeah, no.
I'll type it in Google or wherever. Not Google, even Google's
Right.
bad too. But yeah, I'll type it elsewhere, and I'll be like, "Ooh, that was a cool jacket. Let me look it up separately. Don't click on it from Facebook."
I mean, if a random scroll comes out, I'm scrolling and a random video comes out, and all you see is like unbutton, boom. I'm gonna stop for a second, but I'm gonna keep going.
John, they know that, and that's why they keep doing
I
it.
hate social media.
Yes, it's horrible.
I love it and I hate it.
Well, TikTok might be gone soon, so we'll see.
It might be gone soon. Yeah.
We shall see. But anywho, I was scrolling through something and I saw it was a video. It was a woman who got arrested, and
Okay.
she got arrested because they were at like some diner, and they had the video footage, and she was with her. I think her daughter was 7 years old, and they were walking past a table, and it's all on video, and you see them walk past this table that had a purse like off to the side, and the woman had pretty much signaled to her daughter, go
Like, go snatch it.
go grab that, and the daughter like grabs it, and and then she tries to like hide it and this and that, like. So
How old was the daughter?
7.
Oh, you said that, yes.
And then she was part of a larger group, and they were at this big booth, and they all just walked out, didn't pay their bill, didn't do anything of the sort, anything. So obviously, to the diner, that was like a red flag. Oh, these people didn't pay the bill, so they went to the camera and saw this and saw what they were doing.
And let me guess. Nothing happened.
She got arrested.
Oh, she did.
She got arrested,
Interesting.
but when it comes to what's going on, I'm starting to see a trend now. When I see a trend, that's when I want to start talking about that trend.
Sure.
And at least by me, we have waves of robberies that happen, and I live in a pretty
Around here?
pretty nice area. Usually cars, because around where I am, people are pretty trusting because it's a nice neighborhood. They typically haven't had to worry about keeping their car doors locked, et cetera. Now, I'm used to it. Where we grew up, we were not too far from
You always
some.
lock your
Yeah,
doors,
we
man.
we always locked our doors, our car doors, et cetera. Now with these cars that you don't need to even put the key in the ignition,
Right.
there's
You don't
key
even get a
fobs.
key anymore, yeah.
There's certain things, and some people tend to leave their keys in their car. That's how trusting they are. So around where I am, it became an issue. But there was one thing that was in common, and why I bring up this poor young girl who was being steered in the wrong direction. A lot of these people stealing these cars are kids that are not 18 yet. A lot of them are 17, 16, whatever they are, committing these crimes, knowing that, and the people who are putting them up to this, these ringleaders or whatever you want to call them, know this, that you're not going to get in trouble. They're just going to let you slide. You're going to get through. You're going to get off. You're going to get. So there's always an adult behind it.
Right.
So who are the real thieves? These children or kids who haven't been. They're not even at that age where they're even finding love yet, or they're not even doing anything yet. They're almost innocent in a way. Not to say they're all innocent, but who steered them wrong? Who brought them to this? These people, who's the real thief when you think about it? These people who are taking the innocence from these children, or the kids that are committing these acts. What do you think about this, John?
Well, I mean, I think half the time the kids, they're just doing it for fun. Back in the day, maybe the 80s, 90s, 70s,
Yeah.
You have 20, 30-year-old, you have people stealing cars. They're doing it because they're going to scrap the parts, right? They're going to sell the car. They're going to make money. These kids are just doing it for fun. They want to go out on a joyride for 15, 20, 30 minutes. They're going to scrap the car, and they're just going to run off and do it again to another car.
Yeah.
Because it's fun. They're not going to get in trouble if they get caught.
Yeah.
They're going to get a slap on the wrist, go back home to mommy and daddy, don't do it again. Sure. And the next night they're out doing it again.
They're doing it again.
And it's a revolving door, revolving circle. It's the parents, man. There's no discipline anymore. There's no right or wrong anymore. Well, not with everybody. In certain areas. My area now, they're breaking into the house to get the key to break into the car.
Yes.
That's a whole nother level now.
Yeah.
So society is fucked, man. I hate to use the F word on the air, but
how dare you?
Society's fucked because parents want to blame the system. They don't want to blame their kids. The kids are following what mommy and daddy are doing. These video games where it's okay to break into a car, or video games where it's easy, shooting people up.
Grand Theft Auto, yeah.
It's too easy to get away with stuff now because of what you can and cannot do, the laws and
so you see, it's funny that we had mentioned, and this is not our topic necessarily today, but you see how I had mentioned TikTok. Yeah. So I saw that TikTok, a Chinese company, it's, I don't have it, but
I do.
I know you do. But as far as the rules and regulations in China for TikTok, it's like it's made to educate children, where it's
not familiar.
Okay, it is used as a totally different type of platform there, where it's more for educational use. Possibly, there's no videos of this or bad or negative or anything of that sort. It is used as a different tool there. It is highly regulated in China.
So why is it different here? Why wouldn't it be the same?
Because we allow it here, and we allow certain things here. And we allow.
I mean, my TikTok is full of dogs, cooking, and people doing weird dances.
Your TikTok.
That's my TikTok.
Exactly. Yeah. So
there's no breastfeeding on my TikTok. That's just my
not yet.
Reels, yeah.
So that's what gets people wondering, because why is there how come it's not regulated at all here, but then in the country where it was developed, it is extremely regulated, what people can see and everything. And it's like a pretty much a free-for-all as far as America goes. And that's where the controversy comes into play. And that's why they want to ban it. They said, well, and then what kind of information are you getting? We're making this fun, we're making this easy so that millions will want to subscribe to it and do whatever.
Yeah. Wasn't the whole thing with TikTok was that China was trying to gather information through TikTok?
Yeah,
you know
what, John? But that's never ever been confirmed that it wasn't happening.
Right. And if it's regulated in China, it's not regulated here. I mean, we look like the assholes.
Yeah, we look like chumps. We look like suckers.
Yeah.
You look like a sucker. So
I am.
Yeah. But anyway,
I'll sit there for an hour.
But
watching dogs walk into walls.
I know.
This is great.
Yeah, we're because they're like stupid Americans. Watch this.
Yeah, this is
Let's put this dog doing something silly right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're it's a little bit different for us with that. But not to get too far off topic. But basically, going back to what we were saying about, what are we putting in people's heads? What are we? What are these parents doing? Another topic I want to talk about too. These kids are getting away with things. They're getting away with looting. They're getting away with a lot of things. John, do you
It's not just
feel
kids.
that the penalty should be harsher
Yeah.
for these kids.
I mean, it's not just kids. You see videos even on the news, not just TikTok,
yeah,
of people going into CVS.
Yeah.
And they're like, I need shampoo, I need deodorant, I need toilet paper.
Ulta was a big one by us.
I'm just going to throw it in my pocket and I'm going to walk out the front door because I can't get arrested for it. So I'm just going to do it.
Yes.
And I feel like we have talked about this maybe way back when it first started because it blows my mind that even as a worker, like they tell you, you just let them go, man. Don't do anything. Don't get involved.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want our workers confronting anybody.
Yeah. And that's why they're doing it.
It's insane because you can get away with it now. And it's you even see videos now of people fighting each other, right? Kids.
Yeah.
Kids talking to adults the way they talk, punching adults.
Yeah.
And then once the adult slaps or pushes or disciplines them for doing what they're doing, the adult gets in trouble.
Yeah.
And the kid goes away scot-clean. Society's ass freaking backwards right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's... Back when we were young, if I would have stole a piece of gum from the liquor store, the cops would have pretended to arrest me. My dad would have kicked my ass.
Well, there's no repercussions anymore.
It's crazy.
Yes. And that's the issue. And it's tough. And it's tough as parents, especially with bullying nowadays. You see kids get bullied in schools. Things happen. And as a parent, once in a while, you know, you almost want to step in. You're like, this is my flesh. This is my blood. This is someone I care about more than anyone. And I want to be there for them. And, you know, you saw that. I was on the news. Some guy went to the school because his daughter, I don't know if she was getting picked on or what. I don't know the whole story. So I'm not 100% on this. But it was something that in passing I heard about. And he got in trouble because he basically told the girl, apologize to my daughter or something of that sort, you know. And
But on the same page, I don't want to sound like an asshole. I'm going to sound like an asshole regardless of what I say. Yeah, because I am. Yeah. People, the word bullying, though, is so broad now.
Yeah.
You can say, your hat's stupid, man. What is that, a bear? He was bullying me. I'm going to tell somebody, and now I'm fucking in trouble. But you can use the word bullying now for anything.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Yes, I mean there's some things that in life that you know you need to create that backbone for your children.
Your beard's gray. You're a bully.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Not just for men that shit, bro. But you know, yes, I see.
It's both extremes.
Yes,
it's both extremes.
So as far as penalty goes, say for someone who's looting and they get arrested for looting a store, they're 16 years old.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with what we were talking about.
But
No. What I said has nothing to do with our topic. I just went off. But
oh, I'm sorry.
No. I'm sorry. I went off.
That's okay.
Yeah, disciplining. Yeah, no. There's no discipline anymore. There's no arresting, or they just get away with it.
Yeah. So, I mean, how do they get in trouble?
They don't.
But if John were to create a system right now, what would he do?
If I were to create a system,
Yeah.
I would. The parents would get in trouble. How about that?
So
if your son stole a car,
yeah,
all right, he's 13 years old. He stole a car. Guess what? I'm going to go to the parents now.
Well, that is happening.
Let the parents pay the price.
That is happening. You see that?
Let them pay the price.
You saw that kid who did the mass shooting or whatever in that school, and the parents are now
the
getting
mom,
tried.
right? Yeah.
She already had her sentence, and she got in big trouble.
Good. Yeah, and you know what? It should be that way.
And the father now
It should be that way.
Yeah. Yes. I'm sorry. I mean, sometimes you say, I didn't know my kid. I didn't think they could do something like that. Know your children.
No, yeah.
Talk to your children.
Yeah.
Communicate with your children. See what they're going through.
Yes.
Understand them. Come on, don't play stupid with me. You knew your kid was not stable. You knew that there was a chance he could do something stupid. So
I go through my daughter's phone. I'll go into their room. I'll do checks.
yeah.
You know, it's like the army in my house. You know, if something's going on, I'm gonna know. I'm gonna figure it out.
Start being parents, people. And first and foremost, you have a 7-year-old. You're at a restaurant. How dare you tell your 7-year-old to steal something? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? This is what you're creating. You are creating someone that is not going to contribute to society in a positive manner because they're stealing already. You're telling them it's okay. Take that bag over there.
They're
Take
doomed.
this.
They're doomed from the beginning.
From the beginning.
And you almost feel bad for the children, right? Yeah, because sometimes they don't have a choice. You know, what if she would have told her mom, "I'm not doing that."
Yeah. And then her mom would beat her. Yeah.
Mom would have whipped her ass when she got home. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Poor kids. Shame on you. Shame on you. I hope these parents get tenfold what they should be getting.
That's why I say I would discipline the parents. Discipline the parents.
You ever watch
No, I never seen it.
that John Quinones or whatever?
Oh yeah. What would you do? I watch it every week.
Yeah. I don't watch it anymore because it put me in I always felt awkward. I always feel like people are put in situations that they don't want to be put in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like someone, actors putting someone in a uncomfortable situation just to see what they would do.
I tell my wife, if that was me, the things I would have said and put me on TV, I would be the most hated person in town. Like
they filmed not too far from me in Randolph at the diner.
Our buddy Jay said that he was almost on that show.
Oh yeah, I think I remember him saying that.
He told us a story.
Yeah.
He missed it by a little bit.
It puts you in a situation because they almost sometimes I feel like they make people who are just regular innocent people that just don't want to get involved sometimes in certain things.
You know what though? That's the power of editing too.
Yeah.
They must do that for 10 hours, and if you get 2 people that step up out of 30,
I know.
then you can make a show out of it.
Yeah, I know. But nowadays, it's okay. Here's the thing. Here's the issue with that show. Fine, acceptable, fine. 5 years ago. Now, with people getting shot for pulling into the wrong driveway,
yeah.
Who wants to step up?
You're afraid to do anything.
Who wants to say anything?
You're afraid to have anybody's back.
Yes.
Look at the subway last week, 2 weeks ago, where the big guy wanted to fight the little guy, right, in the subway, and everybody was crowding on the side, and the little guy, I believe it was the little guy, took out a gun.
This was on the show?
No. It was just on the news.
Oh.
And the other guy snatched a gun and shot him.
Uh-huh.
Nobody wants to help. Nobody's going to step in.
Yeah.
Everybody's hiding, wants to get out.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to grab the guy with the gun and grab him. And
Yes.
put him there. No. Now you're at the point where I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be involved.
Yeah.
I need to go.
Yeah.
You know, you got this show. What would you do? You had an example of a lady who couldn't pay their bill. They didn't have enough money. Their card got declined, and then you got people next to them and like, I'll pay the bill. Don't tell her I'm going to pay the bill for her.
Yeah.
How many out of 10 people? How many people you really think would step up and pay the bill?
I know that
I'm going to tell you honestly, I would not.
I would. I was going to say I know that you would. I was like,
when I watched the show, I'm like, I would do that.
I would. I have done it before. So
in the scenario, like you said, you can't predict what you would do unless you're in that position.
Yeah.
I think I would turn a blind eye. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because maybe I don't know. It has to be the situation. I don't know.
Yeah. I was at it was a different case scenario, but I was in Manhattan. I was on McDougal Street, and I was at this place called Muman's. Good with falafels and gyros.
Oh, I know
and
Muman's,
everything.
sure.
Yeah. And this one guy, he used to always hang around. I didn't even know he was kind of homeless until like later on, but he was always just a regular there. We'd always talk to the guy, and he had like this tinfoil hat. I guess it would make sense now when you think about it.
Just talking to the aliens.
Yeah, but we just thought that was just his personality. We thought he was eclectic. We thought he was, but he was always hanging around there. And we'd see him, hey, what's up, brother? And then we always talk to the guy, and he was always very friendly and everything. So we were at Muman's, and he was arguing with someone, and they were going at it. And this is when I realized, oh, this guy might be homeless. And they're arguing and going at it, and it was over $10. I guess the one guy owed him $10, or vice versa. I think he owed, or something of that sort. And I go to them. I said, guys, $10? All right. I got $10.
Right.
I said, just take it, problem solved. We're good.
Right.
And the one guy's like, no, that's not the purpose. That's not the And they kept going at it, and they kept going at it, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, because he's like, this guy owes me this money and this and that, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, I just solved the problem. There's $10 on the table. Take it.
Right.
So, because they kept arguing, as I was walking out, I took the $10 off the table and put it back in my pocket. I said, listen, I offered the solution.
Right.
You did not want to take it.
Right. So, buffalo you.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
Exactly.
But I mean, this particular situation, the lady's out with her kids, and she's ordering cake, and she's ordering dinner, and she's ordering this, she's ordering that.
Yeah.
As society now, maybe I'm the asshole, or maybe it's just society around me. If she came back and be like, "Oh, your card's declined. I'm sorry."
Yes.
My first thing was, these people are fucking scamming.
They're scamming.
They're scamming. They're trying to get a free meal out of this.
Yes.
I want nothing to do with it.
I guess it would depend how loud they were talking too.
Right.
If
right.
if
it sounds deliberate.
yes.
Right.
Yes.
If it's a lady maybe in tears.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's happening.
If you see her and you kind of could assume the conversation where, say, she's going to the person next to her, talking low, like, what do you want? To, I don't, or whatever.
Right.
Then
you'd have to be in the situation.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. You have to read their emotions,
Yeah.
feel them out, see what's going on, and cross that bridge when you
that
have
type
to.
of show, they're like screaming, "Oh my God, I don't have it." You know what I mean? So obviously,
there's acting. Yeah, it seems like, and then now because we know that show, you're automatically going to think, "Oh, is John Quinones going to come out of oh, this is John Quinones."
hey, nice to meet you, John Quinones. So let me tell you,
Yes, I almost want to be like, "F you, dude. F you. You put me in this situation. You ruined my day for me right now because I feel like my stress level. I'm going to have a heart attack because it was fight or flight, and you made me do that shit." F you, man. I seriously, that's why I don't watch it anymore.
Hey, my name is John Quinones.
Yeah.
Knock you out.
Yeah, exactly. It's
But
like,
some of them get stupid. And there was one that I watched last week where the lady, it was her bachelorette party. There was 3 ladies sitting at a bar.
Yeah.
And some dude came over. He's like, "Hey, they used to date.
Yeah.
Remember me? We used to date. Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Hey, let me get your number. Let me talk one night." And the girl's like, "Oh, maybe." A random stranger's supposed to come up and be like, "It's your bachelorette party. You're getting married. You shouldn't talk to that stranger."
Yeah.
Come on. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What do we got here? This is Jack's Abbey.
Jack's Abbey
My buddy Andrew had brought a couple beers over, and I said, "I'm going to put this one on the show, man." I
Prince
liked
of
it.
England.
Yes, Andrew. Yes.
I don't even want to say it. I hate this city. I'm a New Yorker. I hate Boston. And the name of this is Shipping Out of Boston.
Shipping out of Boston.
This is an amber lager. This is dark, right?
It's amber.
This is amber.
It's amber.
Jack's Abbey Craft Lagers always puts out good stuff.
What's the percent?
Shipping Out of Boston, amber lager. This is coming in at 5.3%.
Okay. Not too crazy.
Brewed with Massachusetts.
Oh, so Massachusetts.
Let me finish. Shipping out to Boston. Cheers. Get the car.
Massachusetts best.
Oh, it's good, man.
Yeah, this is nice, man.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
easy.
It's easy. It's got good flavor. It's malty, but not overly malty.
Yeah. I was expecting a little harsher, to be honest with you. When you see the color, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be harsh."
Yeah, this is good. And we don't do many ambers, man. It's nice to have a little amber in our heart. Amber is the color of your melody.
Amber is the color of your energy.
Energy.
Whoa.
Shades of gold display naturally.
Absolutely. I like it.
So, Andrew,
Very
thank you,
good.
brother.
Thank you, Andrew.
Awesome beer. Even though we don't like the name, or especially John doesn't like the name, being a Yankee fan and all.
Boston. I hate Boston.
But, yeah.
But I love Boston cream pie. Chocolate cream pie, same thing.
Chocolate cream pie.
I love Boston
Awesome
cream
beer.
pie.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. So,
Boston cream donut from Dunkin'. Ooh, it's my favorite.
I would definitely pick more of this one. It's
Yeah, no, it's good
overall,
stuff.
overall. And we'll tell you if we don't like it. It's good.
Yeah.
Solid beer.
Good.
Good amber.
We've done a couple Jack's Abbey. And
Have we?
everything, yeah, I think so. And everything's been pretty good.
Dude, I have so many beers I gotta still break out, man.
good.
Yeah, I got some oldie beers, man. I
We should start drinking them, right?
Dude,
I haven't bought beer in so long.
I have like Dogfish 120s that have been aging forever, man.
I don't want to drink those.
That might be a special occasion kind of thing, maybe. I don't know.
Those are going to be harsh.
No, but they're supposed to age. They age well. They age well, says in the bottle.
And those have been there since you were like 8, though.
I know.
When Moses wears short pants.
Some of them are pretty old. I actually may save a couple for when they hit the 10-year and then go from there. Yeah.
How old are they sitting there for?
8 years.
That's it?
Some of them, yeah. 8 or 9.
I feel like they've been there since I've known you.
Yeah, no, they've been there for quite some time. Yeah. But
I used to like Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit, man. I saw a picture of Fred Durst.
You wouldn't even recognize him, right? He looks like an old man.
Well, no, I saw an old picture of him when he was young. He looked like a kid.
Yeah.
And he was sitting next to Avril Lavigne or something. They were like, I don't know what, maybe they were at a festival of some sort. She was so hot, man.
She was. She still is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she still is. I don't think she probably aged any, man. Yeah. I just wish I was a skater boy back in the day.
Yeah.
Because that's all she wanted.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
Yep.
You know, you win, you lose.
Speaking of which, man, it's end of March, early April, right? It's almost concert season, bro.
Yeah, that's all you
coming to see Dave with me or what?
Nope.
Come on.
I like good music.
I'm going to see Stained and Seether.
Yeah, John's living in the past.
I am. I can't get out of the 90s.
Yeah.
I want to try to get tickets to see Creed. Nobody will go.
With my eyes wide open.
Yeah. Alanis is playing. Stoked Up a Pilots is playing live. It's like my dream come true, and nobody will go.
What's Scott Weiland coming out of the grave or what?
Yeah, he's zombie Scott Weiland.
Yeah. Well, he was a zombie back then, so not much.
It's true. It's true.
Not much has changed. But yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty sad, man. We live in a society where you can do anything you want and just get away with it.
Society, I think, eventually fixes itself, but we gotta.
You hope so, because our kids are freaking doomed if it's not.
You know, that's why I always say, and I'm a big firm believer in this, and it's everything in life, anything and everything in life. The best words I could give anyone as advice is what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong, and that's it.
You know, I'm going to raise my kids the way I was raised.
Yeah.
My parents were old school.
Yeah.
I'm going to raise them that way. I can see maybe some parents are like, I'm not going to raise my kids the way I was raised because that was harsh, and I don't want to be harsh, and blah, blah, blah.
To an extent, yes. You don't want to beat your kids. You don't want to.
No.
You don't want your kids to be afraid of you. You want them to be able to confide in you. And I think that's what we've learned, you know, because a lot of times growing up with strict parents, you're like, can I confide in my my
sometimes
parent?
you come out better if you're feared more than loved. Sometimes maybe that works out.
I think you could find that level ground, but you also can't be their best friend. So, for instance, let me just give you a quick example because I know we're getting a little long on this, but just give you an example. At work, I was talking to one of my coworkers, and we're talking about.
Did she touch you?
No, but she was talking about her daughter, and she was saying, she's like, oh yeah, her underage daughter. She's like, I buy my daughter beer or alcohol, and I said to her, I said, you buy your daughter underage daughter alcohol? And she was, you know, a teenager.
Yeah. And
I'm like, well, why do you do that? And she said, because if I don't do it, she's going to go somewhere else.
Who knows what she's going to get?
Yeah, I can't, you know, she's going to get in trouble. I'm like, yeah, but by you doing that, you're saying you're okay with her drinking.
You know how many times I hear that?
Yeah.
I'd rather them have parties at my house and drink at homes because I know they're safe, I know they're home, but they're drinking under my roof, my terms. Good. Their friend that just came over to drink because they're under your roof is going to crash on the way home.
Exactly.
Whose fault is it?
Or they're going to walk home from somewhere and get raped in an alley. Yeah.
Whose fault is it?
Yes. Like, I'm sorry.
Listen, shit's still got to be sneaky. You're going to drink as a kid. You got to sneak that shit.
You can't make it easy for your child to get alcohol.
No.
Listen, we weren't saints growing up.
No.
And we did what we had to do.
Yeah, and we did it. And it was rough, but we did it.
You
got to work hard for that reward.
And when I came home, I pretended like nothing happened.
Yeah.
At all.
Uh-huh.
So you can't make it easy for your children. You can't say, oh, because they're going to do it no matter what. But like I said, you're telling them that you're fine with them drinking because you're buying them the alcohol.
No.
Not at all.
Too stupid.
Yeah.
You know, your daughter comes home and she's all drunk. It's okay. Billy's mom was there.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Right, no problem. Go to bed. You're good. No.
Yeah.
I go Billy's mom and I'll punch her in the face.
Yeah.
You don't. No. My daughter. No.
Exactly.
We got kids. I got 13-year-olds. When I was 13, that's when I started the drinking, the stealing mom and dad's cigarettes. You know. My kids have the fear of God that they would not do that.
You're calling yourself God.
Well, in their eyes.
Yes. That's the thing. You need to put that fear where they will question their decisions. Because if you let that slide, what else are you going to let slide? You're going to start buying them condoms at 14?
Take it easy.
Exactly.
I had that conversation with my coworker today. Her daughter's,
right.
I think, 17.
Yeah.
And they wanted to go away on vacation, and the daughter wanted to bring the boyfriend, and and her husband was like, no, they want their own room, and the dad's like 17. They don't get their own room with the boyfriend on vacation.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What's the big deal? You know, you know what they're gonna do anyway. You know they do it.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I don't know. I'm never gonna think that they do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No.
Yeah. Are they paying?
I'm not gonna make it easy. For
Are they paying rent too?
No. I don't care how old my daughter is. She got a boyfriend. She's 17. Even she's 18. She's living in my room. No.
I'm sorry, girls. You're gonna be 30, and Dad's gonna be like, hell no.
I was 31 living at home. My dad's like, no girls in your room. Right.
Well, that's the whole thing. You need incentive. You need push to become an adult.
I'll go to the Belleville Motor Lodge.
For
Spend my money.
for the hourly hotel rate. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
And
No.
that's the thing. The second you start saying, "Oh, they're going to do it anyways," or
No.
"They're going to share a room anyways,"
It's the wrong answer.
or "They're going to do this anyways," that is when you're saying, "I give in."
Yeah, no. If they do it and they get away with it, God bless them. I don't want to know. But they're not. I'm not giving them permission to do it. They're not going to do it under my roof. They're not going to do it under my supervision.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Whether that be drinking, sex, drugs, smoking, anything.
Yeah. And that's the thing. When it comes to
Stealing, looting, no.
when it comes to your kids, and when it comes to having their innocence, and it comes to these dirt bags out there that are forcing or telling their kids to steal and do these things, who's the real thief? You're stealing your kid's innocence. You're taking it away from them.
Yes, exactly right. You're stealing their innocence. Perfectly said.
Yep. Don't do that. Come on, people. You're better than that. I don't know.
Pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Assholes.
Exactly. And, for these kids that are just getting away with it too,
They're assholes too.
Yeah, you gotta. I'm sorry you were raised wrong, a lot of you.
But you're a piece
Probably
of
most
shit,
of
too.
you. A lot of you were raised wrong, but
For all the 7-year-olds watching this podcast right now, and you steal, you're a piece of shit.
no, our analytics say it's more people that are in their mid-30s to mid-40s typically.
Watch for 3 minutes. They won't even get this far.
Yeah, listen, we sound like grandpas once in a while. We sound old school.
We are old school, man. We were you know what? We're not old school. We were raised right.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue the way we were raised. Maybe like minus the belt and all that, but we're going to continue.
Or maybe a part of us is like, it wasn't easy for us. We're not making it easy for you. That
Yeah,
wouldn't be fair.
Exactly.
We have to fight to get our alcohol.
Exactly. Hell yeah.
But we still had the fear. We had the fear
Oh, man.
where if we came home drunk or we came home high or we came home whatever, that we had that fear.
And we'd always blame each other.
Yeah.
I'd blame your brother. You smell like cigarettes and alcohol. I'm like, when I was with,
Yeah.
he did it.
Exactly.
I was just there.
Come on, people, start being parents. If you can't be parents, don't have kids. Please don't have kids.
And that's why I tell my kids, it doesn't matter what you do. You can't get away with anything. I've been there, done that. Like I know the tricks of the trade. You can't get away with it.
You're like, I was the slickest
Yeah, you can't get away with it.
POS
Hell yeah.
you'll ever meet. The things I knew how to get away with everything.
Yep.
Good luck.
Shit, I'm 46. My dad doesn't know I drink and smoke once in a while. He still thinks I only drink water and juice.
I know. It's like with this podcast. I'm like, I don't tell like any family. I don't.
This is
I don't
fake. Isn't that real?
I don't tell anyone. No, you don't.
It's a
get to
green
know.
screen behind us. That shit ain't real.
You know, it's for the public. It's for all you people that don't mind
love
us
iced tea.
being asses. Yeah. On that note, Johnny,
Let's get out of here.
good old times. Awesome.
I got to go home.
Keep doing what you're doing. That's fantastic.
Good times.
Jack's Abbey. Nice little change of pace here with that one. Good amber.
Where's Jack's Abbey out of? By
I'm assuming somewhere up north, like Boston or something.
Framingham, Massachusetts.
No, Massachusetts. There you go.
I think Jack's Abbey. I think of like England.
Yeah, I know, right? Especially because I got it from my English neighbor, so that makes
true.
sense. Yeah.
Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Andrew. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, definitely.
Met you once, and that came up on my Facebook feeds too. That was about a year ago. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when we went out that night.
I posted a photo. I don't remember.
Yeah, we went out to Morristown.
Yeah.
And autodidact before it was like really open.
Yes. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of good times.
Definitely. Yeah.
Cheers to you, Kenneth.
And cheers to you guys.
Hey, be parents. Don't be assholes.
Yes. We should put that on a bumper sticker.